Okay, junior devs, let's be honest. Have you ever made a senior developer mad? I have literally seen senior developers get red with anger over questions from junior developers. I've seen senior developers get so frustrated they just stand up and walk away because they cannot deal with this junior developer anymore. After seeing this over and over and over again, and honestly experiencing some of that frustration myself as a mentor, I have three big mistakes that a lot of junior developers make when they're asking for help from a senior developer. Don't forget, if you have a question that you'd like to ask or a topic that you'd like me to cover in an upcoming video, leave a comment below or head over to devmentordave.com and fill out the Ask Dave form. Hey Junior Devs, Dev Mentor Dave here, helping you bridge the gap from learning to code to launching a successful career. And part of that success is not making other developers mad at you, especially since most of us work in a team environment. Unless you're doing everything by yourself, freelance on your own, in your own company, more than likely, you're probably going to be on a team with other developers. And hopefully you'll be in an environment where you're not the most senior developer as a junior developer. Hopefully there's going to be senior developers around that A, are willing to help you, and B, have the experience to help you and bring you along in your career, not just for your success, but for the success of the company as well. The reality is that you are going to have problems doing your job. You're going to run into times where you have questions and you need help from somebody with more experience. So what are the three big mistakes that you need to avoid making when you do need help? When you walk over timidly to that senior developer's desk and you say, please, can you help me with this issue? Or, however that actually ends up, maybe it's a Slack message. I don't know. But whatever the process is that you come groveling to that senior developer asking for help, whatever that looks like, there's kind of three big things that you need to be aware of, that you need to avoid, that will help you ensure that senior developers are more willing to help answer your questions moving forward. So the first mistake that I have is called the no research mistake. Simply put, this is running into a situation with your code, whether that's a test that isn't working properly or just a bug that pops up, and the first thing you do is run over to a senior developer and say, I have an issue, can you take a look at it? If you have not taken any time at all to research the problem or to try to figure out what's going on in your code, that is extremely frustrating, because a lot of times, if you just take the time to look at the error message, and if you just take the time to read through your own code, a lot of times the situation that you're running into is fairly obvious because of the great tools that we have nowadays. Now, back when I first started writing code, we were writing code in Notepad, and I didn't even have an IDE. I didn't have all these tools. I had to literally line by line try to figure out what am I missing? Is there a missing semicolon? Did I miss a comma? What's going on here? That was very, very difficult. Now we have tons of tools that help point out where errors are in your linting process, or where errors are when you try to deploy something, and all these different things tell you oftentimes where the error is. And so if your first reaction is to go find help from a senior developer, that's going to be extremely frustrating. You need to be able to explain to them the things that you have done, the things that you have researched. Maybe it's an error code that you've put into Google and you found several different things, but you're just not sure which of those things is the right direction to go in. You've got to give a senior developer the understanding that you've put effort into this. You're not just relying on them to fix your problem for you. No senior developer is going to really want to help you out if they feel like they're constantly just fixing your bugs for you, or frankly, just doing your job. So you need to do some research. You need to be trying to solve the problem yourself. But along with that, you need to be able to communicate the things that you have done, the things that you have tried. So we have the no research mistake, and we have potentially the no communication mistake. Maybe you've done some research. Maybe you've actually looked up on Google. You've tried to figure out, you've looked through the code. You've spent 30 minutes, 40 minutes trying to pore over, how do I figure this out? You've tried rewriting some of it. You've tried all kinds of different things and you're still having trouble. And you go to the senior developer and you say, can you help me? And you don't communicate anything that you have done, then the senior developer is going to be completely in the dark. He's going to start doing probably a lot of the same things that you already did, which means he's going to be wasting his time and your time trying to figure out this issue when all you needed to do was communicate, these are the things that I've done. This is what I've researched in Google or Stack Overflow, and this is what I came back with, and this is what I tried from that information, or this is where it says the problem is, and I tried rewriting it this way, or I tried doing it a completely different process, or whatever it is that you tried. Talk the senior developer through all the different things that you did, because that A, lets them know that you did do something. You weren't just coming to them to fix your problem, and B, it helps them know where they can start, because now they can start canceling out certain things that they would have thought to do that you have already done, and it makes the process of them helping you much faster. One of the hardest things about working with a junior developer and answering their questions is that it takes time. It takes time away from the senior developer's job and the things that they need to get done. And it takes time away from billable hours. You have two people working on the same problem to fix it when they could both be working on separate things. That's not good for getting things done for the client. So you've got to research and try to figure out the problem yourself. And then you need to communicate the things that you have done to try to solve the problem. Hey, if you find this information helpful, could you hit the like button for me? It helps me get this information to more people and hopefully help them on their journey to a successful career as well. Lastly, so many junior developers will go through the first two. They'll work, they'll try to figure it out, they'll get help, they'll communicate very well the things that they have done. And then the senior developer fixes the problem for them and even maybe, hopefully, talks through the issue and explains the problem, explains what the issue was and how they can avoid it in the future. And the junior developer just sits there. And they don't take any notes. So this is the no notes problem. You need to be taking notes. You need to be recording somewhere, even if it's a video from your phone. You need to have some sort of record that reminds you, hey, I ran into this situation. I know that I ran into something similar to this before, and you can go back to your notes, or you can go back to a video, you can go back to a screen share or something like that you have recorded that will help you remember or jog your memory and help you go back and fix it yourself this time. Recording what your senior developer teaches you and does to fix a problem saves his time or her time and helps you be more self-sufficient. It helps you feel like you've accomplished something, even though it's notes from something somebody else did, but you're now able to do that. You're able to move forward and you're able to have success. So if you want senior developers to be happy with you, if you want to get the most out of that relationship, even if it's not a mentoring relationship, even if it's just another team member who's there and he's willing to answer a question for you, even if it's just as simple as that, you want that relationship to be as good as possible so that they'll continue to be open to helping you as you continue on down your career path. So making sure that you research, that you do the work, making sure that you communicate, and making sure that you take notes will go a long way in making that relationship be as solid as it can be. Thanks for joining me, and if you'd like to get more mentoring advice, click the subscribe button and hit the bell icon to be notified each time I upload a new video. I hope this video has been helpful to you on your journey as a junior developer. Thank you for spending time with me today, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video.